Hello guys, so in this tutorial we will create a chat application in Node.js and React. So let's get to it. First I will open my editor, which is WebStorm. I will close this project and then I will go to htdocs and I will create a new folder called Node React Chat. I will close the folder and I will open it with WebStorm. I will create a directory called server. And the terminal, let me just do this. And in the terminal I will cd into server, and then inside the server I will npm init -y, and here I will yarn add express body parser nodeman what is it called? Socket.io. That should be it. So it's installing. And here I will create a new JavaScript file called server. And inside the server I will create a const express equals require express. I will enable coding assistance for Node.js. It will take some time, a few seconds, and it's done. Now I create a const app equals express. But first I will import body parser. Const no, it should be it. And then app.use body parser.json. app.get no, I will create a folder called controllers, and I will add a file called chat. But first I will do this. Const server equals app.listen on port 5000, and this will spit out the console.log server running on port 5000. Const io require socket.io io server io on connection socket console.log user connected with socket ID and then socket.id. And here we will have socket on message data IO to data room ID emit message data, and then socket on join room data and here we will say socket join data room ID, and then socket on leave room data socket leave data room ID. That's all we need. However, we will need a file called socket.js, and here we will say module exports, and here it will be a function that will have a few things in it. So first we will define let rooms const let me think. Get room data room ID const index const room equals rooms find, actually rooms will be an array, rooms find room ID equals room ID. If not, room ID rooms push ID room ID users, like so, and then const add user to room, and here we will have user and room ID. Now const room equals get room data room ID, and here we will return the index of the room, so return 0, else actually this will be called index, find index, if index equals -1, rooms push ID room ID, else return index, and here const index equals get room data, room ID, rooms index, users, push user, const remove user from room, user room ID, const index, get room data, room ID, rooms, const user index equals. Now actually we will do something else. For let I equals 0, I is less than rooms index users length I plus plus, if rooms index users I that UUID equals to user UUID rooms index users splice index and 1. And here we will return rooms index, and here we will also return rooms index, and here we will say const socket service equals require socket.js. Socket join room data, and here we will say IO to data room ID emit room data, and before this we will need to say socket service. Forgot to return get user, get room data, add user to room, remove user from room. Okay, socket service get room data room ID, const index. Actually, this is kind of not good, because get room data should return a room, and here get room index room ID, here we will say index, and here you can just say like this, return rooms 0, and here rooms index, and here get room index, here get room index, and here room, and like so. leave room, socket service, remove user from room, const room, const room, add user to room, data user, like so, and here we will have const room, remove user from room, data user, data room ID. IO to data room ID, emit room data room. This should be it for the server. So now we will create a client. So npx create React app client, and I will wait for it to finish. Okay, so React is done. First thing we need to do is actually nothing, because we're not using Ajax. I will go to client and I will add socket IO client. And here I will delete these files and this, and here I will just delete this, and I will create a component called room, and I will remove git directory, and here I will delete this. I will just create a reset, like so, and React router DOM as well. Add React router DOM. Like so. And here I will say browser router, import browser router from, why didn't it? There we go. And here we will say import link, switch and route from React Router DOM, and here we will say switch route path slash, and room.js will say import React from React, export default function, return div room, and I will create a component called choose room, import React, export default function, return like so, div, and here we'll create a form, and submit, input class node, just one second. Okay, input value room on change event set room e target value, and here we'll have a button type submit, and we'll say join. No styling because it doesn't matter. And here we will say const room set room use state, so, and here was a const on submit event prevent default, and this will say import use history from record DOM, const history use history, history push room like so, and then import use params from record DOM, and then we'll say const id equals use params, and here we'll have a use effect. And this will have ID here, so it will rerun every time we change a room. And this will say import IO from socket IO client. Let's socket equals IO HTTP localhost port 5000. Return like so, socket off. And this will say actually we will need to say and choose room. We will have to say placeholder room ID, and here we'll say input value username and change set username target value placeholder username. And this will say username. Const add it to the, what is it called, hooks, use effect, use state, use state, username, set username, use state empty as initial, and in the room we will say username here, and here socket emit join room ID, room ID will be ID, and username like so. And here and server join room leave room. Okay, so let's actually we need to have a username, data username, and here we will have username, 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 username. Here we go. So now we have this. We will need messages, set messages, use state, empty array, and single message, message, set message, use state, like so. 1 second, and here we will have socket on room data, const handler data. We will have room data, and room data looks like this. Let me take a look. So we have room ID, so we will have data.id and data.users. So here we'll say const users, set users, use state, empty array, delete this. Here we'll say set users, data.users, const room ID, set room ID. I don't know if we will need this, but let's do it anyway. Set room ID, data ID. Socket on room data handler, and here we will have socket emit leave room, and here we will have a data. We will have data object, room ID, and username, and then socket of room data handler, and I think this is called disconnect. Yeah. Now we will need another use effect. This will be on messages. Return socket of message handler, const handler data, room ID, socket on message handler. And you have send messages, and then data message. like so. And here we'll have the style, display, flex, and here we'll have a div, h1, users, and then div, and then users, map, user, index, div, user, and then key, index. And then here we'll have another div. No, actually will be here. It will be style, height 500 pixels, overflow Y, auto. And here we will have div, let's take this here, and here we'll have messages, map, message, index, and here we'll have message, username, says, and then br, and then message, text. And under this we will have an input, value, message, unchanged. Actually this has to be an event, set message, event target value, placeholder, message. Actually this has to be a form, unsubmit, send message, and then we will define const send message, event, if not message, return. If we're not writing anything, we don't want to send it. Otherwise, socket emit message, and here we will say username, and text will be message. 1 second, and we need a room ID as well. So this will be like so, and here we will have choose room, and then this has to be exact, and then we will have route, path, room ID, username, and this will be called room. And here we'll have set message to nothing, and here event, prevent default. Okay, it should. Let's see how it works. Here in the package.json, we need a dev script called the Node.js server.js yarn run dev. There we go. And then for the client, yarn start. And I will have a few. Here we go, room ID, username, and join. And in the server, I will have a few console logs. Console.log joining room. Console.log leaving room. Console.log sending message. So username Miko and app has crashed. And socket on line 23. Because we didn't create a room, add users to room. So basically we're not using this get room data at all. So let me just copy this, delete this, get room index, room ID. And we will actually need this. So the way I will do it is like this. I will say let index and then else index anymore is equal to 0. Actually, we don't need this. Like so. Okay. User connected with socket ID. Get room data is not defined. It's because of this. And here we have Miko. Now I will go to an incognito window and I will write room ID 1 and then username will be John, and we have this. Now let's try sending a message. It's bad. Okay. Cannot read property, username of undefined. Sending message, living room. Okay. So the way we need to debug this is is in this rooms, console log data, and this is not working either. Well, let's fix the message first. So we will say hey, room ID, text, username. Should work. It should be data. Here we go. And now we need a key index. Hey. Miko says hey. Miko says hey. Hello. John says hello. John says hello. So it's working now. However, this is not working. So if we say like so, living room, let's go to room ID 2, room ID 2, John, message, hello, John says hello, hi, Miko says hi. So this is a very basic chat application. It's very ugly, but it's not about styling, it's about functionality. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you next time.